Hi, everyone. It's 5 p.m. on a Saturday, which means that that's time for me to go live. And I'm doing all right, pretty much at maintaining that time. Let's see how we do in the future. And I'm here for a Q&A where we're going to be talking about almost anything, right? Entertainment-wise, movies, music, questions about the channel, anything, almost anything within reason. So let me know what's on your so-called minds out there, and we'll get going. Hello, Al. Good to see Al Ricky here. And we got Woodland Goblin has been hanging around as usual for a while. And Dave was here a while ago. Hello, Scott. Scott says he just got his Get Back Blu-ray. Scott Campbell. I did not order mine. I didn't order it. I'm hoping I can get the Blu-ray somewhere. Just in a store somewhere. I'm hoping, but I'm really in no rush. It may surprise some people, but because I already have it, kind of an unofficial copy. Hello, Peter Boothroyd, and yeah, so here we are, another beautiful summer day, my favorite season, and I'm also wearing something different. I usually wear black. This time I'm wearing orange. It's a Met shirt, actually. Mets are fading fast, of course, as usual. Totally expected, and they're still in first place by 2.5 games. We'll see. We'll see how long that lasts. Ha, Mets. Anyway, Orange Crush. Yes, YouTube user. Hello, Martin. And hello, Tim Allen. And let's see. What else can I say? Is what's been going on the last week? I don't know. Just retired life zooming by. Weeks go by faster retired than when you're working. Pretty amazing, really. Thank you, Scott, for reminding me. I have a movie channel that I now call Mayo After Dark. You know, listen to the Beatles, listen to some music, and then when it's dark, the lights go down. It is time to get into movies, television programs, etc., etc. I watched a bunch of stuff lately. I watched American Graffiti, the original American Graffiti, and then I watched the sequel, More American Graffiti. And I tried watching Rollerball last night because James Caan died, and James Caan is in Rollerball. But I've never seen all of Rollerball. The problem is I took the DVD from back here. It's an old 1998 DVD. The quality's terrible. I figured, you know what, I'm going to wait and get a Blu-ray of this. And in fact, the Blu-ray is supposed to, just by coincidence, I just happened to look it up on Amazon to see if they had it. The Blu-ray isn't coming out until September 13th, I think, but I should say isn't coming out until then, but it actually is a good thing that it is coming out. And I don't want to hear that nonsense that my channel sounds X-rated. But you know what, Astro Zombie? If it winds up getting people over there to check it out, so much the better. So how's the lady? Doing great, thank you for asking. Why doesn't everybody hit the like button? Sure, hit the like button. Any button down there that you want. Yes, thank you, Tim Allen, for reminding us. Larry Storch from F Troop, Agarn. He didn't make it to 100. He died at 99 years old and 6 months. He would have been 100 in 6 months. Same thing with Betty White. I think Betty White got closer, I think, to 100 than Larry Storch did, if I'm not. Yes, Paul, I forget the actor's name. The Sopranos, a show which I enjoyed. Paulie Walnuts, the actor, I'm sure people will say his name. Here it is. Thank you, Mike. Paul Sirico. Yes, indeed. Uh, Good old Paulie Walnuts. I like that show. Probably one of my favorite episodes is when Paulie Walnuts and Christopher got lost in the woods overnight. and stuff. They had nothing left to eat. I mean, I remember that. Yeah, okay, Woodland Goblin. I disagree with that. I disagree with that opinion, but okay. Um, all right. So what's going on, folks? We got 61 people here. Please hit the like buttons. The algorithm is helped out by that. If you can hit the like buttons, and if you want to support the channel, you can do that too. But we're basically here just to maybe have a chat, maybe some questions to be asked, because this is not just me hanging out looking for stuff to say for an hour. This is me coming here. Oh, the Pine Barrens. Yeah, that's the name, right? Pine Barrens. Yeah. What do you mean? What time? Mayo after there is no time. When the lights go down, the movies go on. That's the way we look at it. And this is I must say, if this is the real Woodland Goblin, yeah, Woodland, come on. So anyway, what's going on, folks? What do you got? What's on your minds, or if you prefer, what's on your so-called minds? I sent away for a DVD that's out of print. It's a movie from 1974. It's a comedy film. It's called Law and Disorder. It stars Ernest Borgnine and Carol O'Connor, Archie Bunker himself, and they play two guys in New York City in 1974 that is sick of all the crime and violence, so they decide to join auxiliary police force, and that's really what it is. And this DVD is out of print. It's an old Anchor Bay Company DVD. Came out in the year 2000 and went out of print. And as such, they're expensive. I've seen them go for $100 or more. I only paid 45. I'm waiting for it to come, uh, and we'll see. Hello, Darren. What's going on? I thought you might remember that movie, Al. Yeah, I grew up seeing it on HBO, Law and Disorder, to tell you the truth. I caught it, in recent times, and I thought that maybe it wasn't as good as I remembered it as a kid, but still. The answer is no. I have not ordered the new McCartney box. No, sir. Have not done it. I have no interest in it. So, okay. What's going on, people? We went from 64 people down to 53, 52. Let's go. Let's go. This is supposed to be quick Q&A here. There will be no singing. No singing. I'm sorry. And believe me not singing is really good for all of you people. Trust me when I tell you that. Uh, did I ever see Vice Academy with Linnea Quigley and Ginger Lynn? No, I never did. Never did. But I remember Ginger Lynn. Oh yeah, yeah. Ginger, sweet Ginger. Oh yeah. That's all I'm gonna say about that. You know what I mean? So yeah. Well, for me, it's always the American Rubber Soul. I saw UL. Um, as far as American or British Rubber Soul, SOLE, I'll take either. But yeah, I love the American. That's the one I grew up with, the American Rubber Soul album. All right. All right. Fast food review and coffee too. Says, hey, Mr. Mayo, saw Paul on June 4th in Syracuse. Great show. He dropped yesterday. Why? Yeah, that's a good question. I'm wondering if he thinks that he can't sing it as well. But then again, he had trouble singing Maybe I'm Amazed for a long time. And Maybe I'm Amazed is in the list, it's in the set list. So I don't know. It's funny. I mean, is yesterday that more difficult to sing from a singer's perspective? I don't know. So that's my only guess, and it's kind of odd because even though personally I'm tired of Yesterday, and I'm tired of Eleanor Rigby, and I'm tired of Long and Winding Road, I'm tired of Hey Jude, etc. Yesterday should have probably been in there. I was unless he can't sing it. I don't know. Okay, Tim, do you own any movies put out by Olive Video? Oh yeah, just found the first one I've ever seen today at a thrift store. Yeah, I own a few of those. Yes, I do. Can't remember all the titles right now, but I must have at least 10. I'm guessing. They specialize in a lot of the horror films that I like from like the 50s and so forth. I think they might have put out Charlton Heston's first movie, Dark City, for 1950 or 51. I think his might be on that. Yeah, yeah. I don't understand. He always did the song Yesterday. It made no sense, really. He cut some songs. What's my favorite Hello to England, by the way? Jeff, hi. What's my favorite John song? It's impossible to say. So many with the Beatles and without the Beatles. In the solo, if you talk about solo years, I mean, I love Mind Games and Instant Karma might be two of my favorite John Lennon solo songs. There were a lot of them, of course. And Astro Zombies talking about companies like Synapse, Arrow, Vinegar Syndrome, and Severin are the best horror labels out there now. Yeah, they got good stuff for sure. They always were. They've been around a while. Okay, hi Felix. Did I say the other day that I had more LPs than CDs at this moment? Don't exactly remember what your answer was. Yes, I'm sure I have more albums right now, vinyl records. I hate calling records albums and CDs CDs. They're albums. They're both albums, really. But I have more vinyl and CDs right now. Okay, Richard, you met that good Christian gal, Ginger Lynn, at a personal appearance at Frank's Chicken House in the late '80s. Adorable. She was more than adorable. I'll tell you that. Well, the thing is, though, Tim, when you said maybe he substituted Blackbird for Yesterday, he always did Blackbird and Yesterday together in the same show. It wasn't different. Blackbird is always in there. Your favorite Graham's favorite uh three sci-fi films: Blade Runner, Alien, and Forbidden Planet. What are yours? Well, Blade Runner, I'm not really that familiar with. I think I saw it once, but don't remember it. Alien, I'm a fan of Alien, but Alien is not, amongst the ones on my list of favorites. Although I do like it. Forbidden Planet, I'm not a fan of. I know it's a classic, and I love old classics from the '50s. Why I don't love Forbidden Planet, I don't know. I think it's mostly because it's more exposition than anything else. I think it's like, look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that, look at this. It's like a lot of very showy movie rather than story. But mine, well, The Omega Man with Charlton Heston, Soylent Green, Westworld, Planet of the Apes, Beneath the Planet of the Apes, Escape from the Planet of the Apes, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes, Battle for the Planet of the Apes, the five original Planet of the Apes movies, and we'll add the Omega Man, Soylent Green, Westworld are among my favorite. Andromeda Strain, among my favorites. Let me see. What's my favorite sandwich? Well, although I'm missing them lately. I'm a fan. My favorite food is a sandwich, really, and it doesn't really matter what it is. I usually I'm a tuna guy. I like tuna, but I like chicken parmesan heroes. I like veal parmesan heroes, but haven't had one in months. Yeah, I was one. Thank you for answering that question, Francis. I forgot to look to see what was on Svengoolie. I'm not a big fan of the movie The Deadly Mantis, even though I like a lot of album. I'm looking at I said albums. I'm looking at other questions here, getting ahead of myself. Even though I like other giant monster on the loose movies from the 50s, the Deadly Mantis has never been a favorite of mine. So I'm going to skip Svengoolie tonight with that. Thanks for letting me know. What's my favorite U.S. Beatle album cover? That's a pretty good question. So I'm trying to get like exclusive covers here. I never really thought of that. That's really a good question because it's unusual. I think I may go with Beatles 65. Up, scratch that. Beatles 65 may be my favorite Capitol cover, but my favorite all-time US in general is Hard Day's Night with the red cover with the haircuts down here, you know. That's my favorite US album cover. I keep thinking when I think US albums, I'm thinking Capitol Records. That's a United Artists release, Hard Day's Night. So I wish I could answer this question, Jolie. I have no idea. I really don't believe that much in like, abracadabra and magic and all this kind of stuff. But I hate the Yankees because the New York Yankees, they're not even real. They're like super powerful. Sometimes I think there's magic in there. There's the spirits of dead people like I don't know, Lou Gehrig, the spirits of Gehrig and the other great Yankees, Joe DiMaggio, all these people, whoever, I, I really sometimes wonder if they don't have some kind of power from above. Although I don't believe in that sort of thing too much. Um, and the Mets are just always flesh and blood. The Mets are more like a little engine that could and often can't. you know. But the Mets, they keep plugging away, and they're the good guys. They're the guys that are the underdogs, the guys you root for, the little guy. Yeah, anybody can root for the Yankees. Yeah, Yankees, Yankees. Enough. That's how I feel about it. But I really believe that if you put a Mets uniform on even the best Yankee player, he's going to suck. I don't know what it is. And then on the other side of the coin, if you take the most mediocre Met and you put a Yankee uniform on a Met, he probably will be great. I mean, Doc Gooden, didn't even get his first no hitter. As good as he was with the Mets as a pitcher, Doc Gooden, he didn't get his first no hitter till he magically put the Yankee uniform on. I don't get it. But it is what it is. Girlfriend's doing great. I'm sorry if I missed that question, but yeah, that's an old question. And I'm sorry if and if I miss questions here, you can ask me again. Uh, yeah, the Last Man on Earth was the. You say it was the blueprint for the Omega Man. Not really, and don't forget too that the Last Man. I mean, the Last Man on Earth. I don't think was as good as the Omega Man. I know people will have different opinions, but don't forget the Last Man on Earth was even taken from some movies too. One of them was a movie called Invisible Invaders, I think, has like scenes in there like The Living Dead, like that. So everything's inspired or influenced by something, I guess. When it comes to the Evil Dead movies, I really don't like them. I think they're too damn stupid. I think Evil Dead 2 is a stupid joke fest. Three Stooges, horror. I'm tired of like I don't like horror films when they completely make a joke out of it, unless it's a comedy, which is different. You know, Comedy is comedy. Don't make a horror film that's supposed to be a horror film, but it's a stupid, inane, comical joke. And that's what I think of the Evil Dead sequels. But having said that, the first Evil Dead movie by Sam Raimi, that's not so bad. And I've never seen Army of Darkness, the third one, and anything with this guy, Ash, Bruce Campbell, Ash. There's no way in hell I would ever waste my time with that comedy. Which horror movie have I watched the most? Another good question. And I think it's the original Frankenstein with Boris Karloff. It seems like the movie I've watched the most, so Let's see. So I'm going back and forth here. Okay. The Yankees are still going strong. They beat the Red Sox yesterday. Woohoo! Who gives a shit? You know what? I didn't really know this, Zach. I just looked up on the phone. I typed in Google. I said, "Who has the most World Series in the 21st century?" And I found out the Red Sox have four. So I'm a Boston fan. Why am I a Boston fan? Because I hate the Skankies. Because I hate the Skankies, I hope Boston goes on to take everything, which they won't this year. But it doesn't matter because Boston owns the World Series for the 21st century. I was at the record store today, and a guy who's a Yankee fan, we're always playfully having banter back and forth. He says to me, he says, he goes, oh, the Yankees had more World Series than anybody. I said, yeah, yeah, in the 20th century. In the 20th century. That's all you can say, right? What else can you say against the Yankees? Kudos for them for having all those rings. But the thing is, when it gets down to it, that was so last century. You know what I mean? This century is Boston. Anyway, all right. I'm with you. The Beatles' second album, Tim, is my favorite Beatles album, and the cover is good too. And some people are mentioning other covers, like, of course, Meet the Beatles. Meet the Beatles is a fantastic cover. I just didn't want to be so predictable. Um, and the U.S. Cover of Hey Jude is fantastic cover too. Yeah, it's hard. A lot of times when you're doing questions here and people ask you things like that, you're trying to get them all in your mind, the answers, all the visions of the different album covers or song titles or whatever it is. Sometimes it's hard to come up with it. The Mets are having a decent season now. They were having a great season, but now so. They're doing better still, but they need improvement. If I could only take one Beatles CD with me, what would it be? Oh, I don't know. You know, out of the regular Beatles albums, probably the White Album because there's so much variety on it. But other than that, if I can pick hits compilations, Beatles rock and roll music would actually be my pick, I think. Do I think the Beatles would have reunited at Live Aid if John hadn't been murdered? I always say I don't think the Beatles really were going to get together like to record, new music maybe. But I do think I've always said, in my opinion, yeah, I think that Live Aid would have been the closest chance they would have had to maybe getting together just for that event, just to do maybe a set of like 5 songs or something like that. Who knows? So I prefer the Amazing Colossal Man. I haven't seen that one in a while. It's funny because usually I would like something like War of the Colossal Beast better. For example, when it comes to the Creature from the Black Lagoon, I like The Creature Walks Among Us, the sequel, second sequel, third movie, better than the original Creature. But in the case of Amazing Colossal Man, I do like the original better, I think. Uh, well, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you, Astro Zombie, but I don't know how many people here are going to be, agreeing with that. Last Beatle to survive this world, I think it's going to be Ringo, but my prediction is Ringo is going to be the last Beatle standing, but we don't know, and it's not something really I like to think about. But since you asked, hi Sam, happy Saturday. You should check out the big sale on vinyl at Target. Crazy price cuts. I doubt there's anything I want there. I'm trying to taper off on vinyl, particularly non-Beatles vinyl. Uh, so let's see. I'm sorry, folks. This is bouncing back. Um, yeah, I know those stinking Braves are only 2 games out. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, the Evil Dead is supposed to be viewed as a parody. I think it's ridiculous. I'm sorry. I know. I know. I know that always seems to be the case. I do it too. If I like something stupid, I'll say it's supposed to be stupid. It's supposed to be a parody. It's supposed to be childish. If I don't like it, I'm saying, no, it's stupid. It's childish. So, Zach, you think the Mets will make the postseason? Who knows? Well, you say Shaun of the Dead was hilarious. I've never seen it, but isn't that an all-out comedy? Like I don't know, or a satire? Having to rely on other teams to beat your rivals. Ha ha ha. Yeah, in the case of Boston Red Sox, Joe, it's just a matter of me laughing my ass off. I love I love 2004 how they killed the Yankees. The Yankees thought that they had it in the bag or whoever, right? So okay, when is the next breakfast with Anthony? Who knows? I don't know. He said he might be available actually tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm going to be available tomorrow. Or if not, it'll won't be till next month. Yeah, and I was going to mention also the something new album cover too, as far as favorite American album covers. I do like that too. I like a lot of the American album covers. I do, and American albums too. Let's see. Okay. Oh man, I'm sorry. I got to go back. This is bouncing forward. Okay. Do I think horror films are better in black and white or color? Depends on the film. It's like stereo and mono for music. Some films I wouldn't have any other way but in black and white. Some horror films, it just gives you that like the old Universal classic monsters are beautiful in black and white, and stuff like that. And then there's stuff like the Friday the 13th slasher films that I think are better in color. But hello, Paulina. Happy Saturday, Paulina, the angel of music. Uh, Hello to Mo. See, Mo is in the house too. Am I a fan of film noir? Not for its own sake. I appreciate the shadows and the style and the great photography and the lighting and all that. But it depends on the movie, really. Do I have a criteria? I pick a favorite baseball team. The only team I care about is the New York Mets, which I'll show you here. Okay. It's the only team I care about, the New York Mets, and I don't pick any other teams, and it's not because of the colors. Although they got nicer colors than the Yankees, but that's besides the point. Let's see. Uh, do I think Elvis would have made it so big without the Colonel, or did he hold him back? Well, I think both. I think the Colonel did obviously help Elvis's career in the early days and stuff, but ultimately he held him back. He started. That's what I think. I think starting out he was really good for Elvis. But I think as time went on, he held him back. I think Elvis could have did a lot better than a lot of those crappy movies that he made in the '60s. Even though I enjoy them for what they are, but he could have done better. And that movie, A Star Is Born, maybe. You know what toothpaste toothpaste brand do I use? Whatever my girlfriend buys. It's usually Colgate or Crest. Usually. Hello to Doc Dacus. I think you're wrong about this. I think the Mets do care about the Mets. I might have said that was true in the years ago, but these days, today, I don't think so. And from what I understand, they've got new ownership and stuff, which is better. You also got to remember the Yankees are the Bankies. And I know a lot of Yankee fans hate when I say that, or when anybody says that. They buy their championships. I don't say this. Oh, other teams could spend money. Oh, other teams. Isn't it true though? Maybe if I'm wrong about this, I'll apologize and eat crow. But don't the Yankees have the biggest payroll of all? If you're a baseball player, the greatest baseball player there is, what team do you want to go to? The one with the most money, the one with the best reputation, the Yankees. That's why they can't go over to the Rays or they can't go over to the Guardians. Jeez, the Guardians. I'm not even a sports guy, and I'm talking sports. That's crazy. It matches the shirt today, anyway, though. But yeah, they buy championships. It's a shame. They're going to go to where the money is. Who do I think was the greatest baseball player of all time? I don't know enough about baseball and the history of baseball to really make that uh, opinion. To tell you the truth, I will say this: I was always amazed, and I hate to say a Yankee, but Mariano Rivera's ability to pitch lights out every time he was a reliever. That's the greatest pitcher possibly, but as far as the greatest baseball player of all time, all around, I don't have an opinion. Yeah, Doc. Yeah, I was waiting. It came fast. Well, actually, no. There's somebody else, wasn't there? James Caan, Larry Storch, and Paulie Walnuts. Ray Liotta was. I thought that was a little earlier, but I wouldn't say I'm jealous of the Yankees because they have money. I'd say I'm jealous of the Yankees and envious of the Yankees because they have that great record. The Yankees are the Beatles of baseball, and the Mets are like the Rolling Stones or the Dave Clark Five, and the Yankees are the Beatles, that kind of thing. Do I wish that the Mets were the Yankees? I'll be honest with you, yeah, but only if they do it like I don't know how to explain it, like with flesh and blood ball playing, and not because they're the most wealthy team. You know. Thanks again. Even though people have provided the name before, Paulie Walnuts, Tony Sirico. Yeah. Even though people have provided the name before, I keep missing it. I'll miss it again when somebody mentions it. So what's going on, folks? Felix, neither. I know you're trying hard, Felix. I know you're trying hard, but I'm not biting in more ways than one. I played along for a little while. I'm a good sport up to a point. But hello, Wes. Do the Mets have fireworks? This year, the Mets have a higher payroll. Well, if that's the truth, I'll eat the crow. However, I will say that a lot of people, it's an honor to be on the Yankees. To them, that the Yankees are it. Hmm. Well, I think this is funny. Who are the Mets going to? That's a silly thing to say. I'll play along with you. I know you're trying to get my goat, but I'll play along with you, Joe. The reason I'll play along with you is because obviously the Mets don't lose every day. They won 10-0 the other night, so they don't lose every single day. The Yankees, though, see that's the thing. Yankee fans are so spoiled to winning all the time, or at least it seems like they win all the time. That when the Yankees lose, then the Yankee fans cry bitter tears. The Yankees didn't win. That's the way it is. I hate to tell you, Jolie and other people, but in baseball, sometimes you lose. You might not realize that, Yankee fans, but sometimes you lose. That's why it's funny as hell to me. I know that if the Mets don't make it, they're just the Mets. Us Mets fans are used to it. And I'm not saying it's not disappointing, sure. But the Yankee fans, they're so spoiled. Especially who I call the Jeter babies, the Derek Jeter babies, the ones who grew up in the '90s with win, 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 World Series, World Series, World Series, World Series, every single time. They don't know nothing but everybody gets a trophy, everybody wins, nobody loses. You know, so you know that they're going to get upset anyway. No, I have never smoked a cigarette. I don't understand cigarettes. I don't understand people who would ever smoke or put that crap in their lungs. I don't understand it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know I eat things I shouldn't, whatever. But nevertheless, at least food is something that we have a natural need for and a craving for, and we're designed to consume. We're not designed to consume nicotine and cigarette smoke in our lungs. So that's the argument there. So, what did Paulina say? Oh, I didn't know what had happened to you. I hope you're okay, Paulina. Dresser with fell on you. Let's see. Ringo interview at his birthday event in Woodstock, California, Woodstock. Oh, okay. I'm with you, Mo. Baseball's boring except for Mets baseball. I agree. Glad you liked the Elvis movie. Have I got any concerts lined up? Nope. I'm gonna sneeze. I may have to sneeze and shut the camera and the mic off. If that sneeze comes, and I usually sneeze 2 or 3 times, not just once, trying to stifle it. Yeah, you said it. I'm with you, by the way, Mo. I like the Elvis movie as well, but it's not great. It's not great, and there's a lot of liberties taken with the truth, and I hate that. And I'm going to be doing another review. I did a review on my channel, Mean Mr. Mayo. Um, I have another channel about movies called Mayo After Dark, and over there, um, I'm going to be doing a separate review of the Elvis movie. I gotta say, Woodland Goblin, you come up with some really interesting or annoying questions. Would I be friends with someone who worshipped the devil? No. How's that sound? I guess not. I know not. 4 sneezes in a row. I've done like 30 with allergies and things like that. Oh, that question before was about Woodstock. I with Ringo and all that. No, the Beatles weren't going to go to Woodstock. No. Good afternoon, Jerome. I'm sorry I missed you. All right, folks. Wow, our time is going very quickly today, going down to 20 minutes. Doc, I think you got something there. Either that or when you're kissing a girl for the first time. Yeah. I don't know the meaning of this question. Are my eyes better these days or not? I'm not sure what you're talking about. All I can tell you in answer to that is that as I've gotten older, when I first made videos, I didn't need glasses until I needed reading glasses. Now I need them all the time. And I think that's because of the computer. I really do think the computer and this kind of stuff ruined my eyes, I think. Oh, you mean the dry eyes? The dry eyes seem better. But anyway, back to the general question. My ears are still very good. I can hear very well. The eyes aren't as good as they were, unfortunately. Would I rather lose my hair or my teeth as I got older if I had to choose? Can I sleep on that for a day or two, or do I have to tell you right now? Um, Jeez, that's a tough one. On the one, my first instinct is to say I'd rather lose my hair. No, not me. But teeth, if you lose your teeth, no, I'll say teeth. I'll say teeth because teeth, you just get implants or false teeth implants and stuff. If you lose your hair, you got to wear a wig, a toupee, like Woodland Goblin, and you don't want to do that. So, is McCartney still smoking weed? I heard he stopped for a long time and went back to it. That's what I heard recently. Hi, Kid O'Toole. Which reminds me that I wait for somebody to come on here. We're going to be doing a show Monday. We're going to be doing Talk More Talk. And Talk More Talk is on 9 p.m. Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. And the topic is going to be watch this, kid. Watch the way I get around what we discussed before. Overlooked songs that you like songs by Ringo that you might not know are pretty good, you know. But Ringo songs specifically in the 21st century, after the year 2000. After the year 2000, songs that you'd recommend from Ringo. Not necessarily songs that people don't care for or don't like that you think are better than that, but songs that are overlooked. And that's going to be over on YouTube. Talk More Talk. Kit's going to be there. And Tom Hunyadi and Ken Michaels. Talk More Talk, 9 p.m. Monday night Eastern, live. Uh, no, nobody. Hello, Cherry Carter. No, nobody booed Springsteen. They're saying Bruce, Bruce. Oh, I can't stand Bruce, but I'm glad I saw him do Glory Days anyway. You know, I do like Glory Days. Yes, indeed. My record store. Yes, indeed. Uh, yeah. Well, there were. Oh, yeah. There were a lot of great doo-wop 45s around here. Kid, I still have to make my. I won't be making my list till probably Monday before the show. Last minute. Yeah. We're not going to talk about stuff like that, blood vessel. Please keep that kind of stuff out of here. That's an example of stuff that you don't have to get into here. And from what I understand, I won't say anything else because though I'm tempted, I won't say anything else about it. I'm tempted. Well, this shows you, Dave, that you just don't listen. That's a lot of nonsense and a lot of malarkey. People saying, "Oh, Ringo hasn't any good songs." There's a lot of good Ringo songs after 2000, but of course, you have to have an interest and want to listen. You can't just be somebody that never listens. And I'm going to say you never did. So there you go. I don't know if I can't swear to for a fact that you've never listened to them, but if you listen to all of them, you'd have to with an open mind you. I'm sure you'd like some of them. Well, I'm also a jazz hater. I'm glad that the guy was able to do it again. I did a video, guy who hates jazz, and he made a comment against jazz, which was funny, I thought. And yeah, Not on my list. It wouldn't. Not on my list. It wouldn't. Ollie Perry. You'll just have to watch. This is Cherry Carter's favorite color in the world. My shirt. This kind of orange. Yeah. See, I don't like to wear colors like this because also they get dirty easy. If you go out wearing colors like this or lighter or brighter, they can get dirty real easy. Ringo has done songs in his set after '73 for sure. Yeah, he's done them, but not on a regular basis. I mean, he's done Anthem. He's done, from 2012. I mean, let's see. What about 1920s jazz? I like big band music. If you consider that jazz, I don't know. Yes, indeed. The Mets colors were very Met centric talk here today. 'Cause we have talked about the Mets a bit. So, um, again, I'm sorry, folks, if I missed you. I can't get everything. So I'm just like looking through here. You can ask again if I missed anything. All right, where are we at here? Well, I think you're one of those people that just like to bash Ringo, Dave. I'm sorry. I think you have a closed mind to Ringo, and that's how I feel about it. I'm sorry. I know I know the guy you like to hang out with a lot, and I know he does the same thing. So, if you could tell me some you liked, I don't know which album you're talking about. His last album. You're talking about the album "What's My Name." Other than the title song and maybe one or two other tracks, I thought it was his best album in a long time. I love "What's My Name." What do I think of the Dave Clark Five? I like the Dave Clark Five. Yes, I like their marching band, rockin' sound, drum sound. Yes, Ringo did a video for "I Call Your Name." Yes, and it was some kind of tribute to John, I believe, actually. Yeah, unfortunately, in my record store, Corey plays jazz, and I don't like it, but I stay anyway. And no, he's not playing it just to get rid of me. What's My Name? Great album, great album. I don't like the song What's My Name. The song What's My Name is probably my least favorite song on it. But a lot of good songs, a lot of upbeat, happy, poppy songs on there. Very nice. How often do I go to baseball games? Not often at all. I like to change that around. Hey, what do you know? We agree on this one, Kit. We're the best. Yeah, I agree with you. But people got to keep up the let's bash Ringo thing. So that's the way it goes. And don't get me wrong, people are entitled to not like a Ringo album. But if Dave was to turn around and say, actually, I like this one, but I didn't like that one, then I give more credibility. When you just like make a sweeping comment, oh, the guy hasn't done anything in like whatever he said since whatever. It's hard to take that seriously for me. I don't take that seriously. It's funny. You would think that I should go to the ball game, but I'm only going to go to Mets ball games, Doc. And the other thing about that is, although I would go to the Mets game, I really, even though I'm retired, I feel like I don't have as much time as I thought. That's terrible. The people who are actually was still working, I still don't have because I'm doing other things. There's always something else you can do. I agree with you on this one, Tim. Give More Love was a fantastic album too. That was the one before the album. What's My Name? Give More Love was a good album. Um, I have the double best of CD and Ringo 73 on LP. Do I really need anything more? I would say that as long as you have the Ringo 73 album and the best of Ringo, I would say you're pretty covered. Although the album that's called Time Takes Time from 1992 is very good. But yeah, I think I'm not saying everybody's got to have every Ringo album. Come on. I'm not saying that. And Ringo Starr, like when he says here, he thinks these albums are lame. Ringo Starr is just Ringo Starr. He's not John Lennon, Paul McCartney, or George Harrison. So it's going to be a little Ringo-y, the albums. Yeah, I don't know about this Cherry Carter, about forensic dive into Beatles episodes on Alan Klein. Seems as bad as Klein was. The Eastmans gave terrible advice to Paul. Yeah, but they could, yeah, maybe, but they could not take, they could not take, other Beatles could not accept Paul's in-laws. I don't think. Yeah, I'm with you, Kit. The photograph is a terrific collection of Ringo's best stuff. Yeah, you get the photograph best of Ringo album collection and the self-titled Ringo album. You're really good to go with that. Even though I do think there's some songs to enjoy on other albums too. I feel I know for me anyway. No, no, no. I have not listened to all. I've listened to any of the Kiss solo albums. All I know is I like the Ace Frehley song "Back in the New York Groove" song. But at this point, because of my new decisions about, I'm not going to go crazy with vinyl. I'm probably not going to hear the Kiss solo albums. So, all right, I should go to the Subway series. Yeah, I never really thought of that. I wonder if I could even get a ticket. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, come on. I mean, Paul's in-laws might have been fine, but if you're the other Beatles, you can't fault them for not wanting to try it. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Yes. I should do a show on the official Beatles solo live albums. They each have at least one. I'm sure that'll come up sometime, one of these years, one of these months, weeks. I don't know, Joe Lee. You keep asking that question. I don't know what you're talking about. To tell you the truth, I do enjoy yogurt, vanilla yogurt, but I don't know what you're talking about otherwise. Coke or Pepsi? I prefer Coke, but Pepsi I like too. But right now I'm not drinking any soda. Not a bad idea for a Talk More Talk show. The solo albums live. So we got about 6 to 11 minutes left. Depending how it goes. Uh, what are you gonna do? Chop off your head, Woodland? I'm just playing with you. It's funny you should say this. I'm not familiar with electric arguments enough. To tell you the truth, I love that song. Nothing too much, just out of sight. Sing the changes as well. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. By the way, what's happening in the Mets game right now? I believe the Mets are playing right now, aren't they? Yeah, we got to do a fireman show on Talk More Talk at some point. But I tell you, I've never played the other albums. Well, I haven't even heard all of Electric Arguments, but the other ones, I got to brush up on. I have the first one, the Strawberry Ocean Ships one. I have that, but I do not have Rush's. What Beatles song do you? Where is it? Do you never need to hear again? None of them. I mean, none of them that I never need to hear. There are ones where I could go years without hearing them, but I don't ever want to say there's none. The closest I would come to that is Revolution 9, but you wouldn't even really call that a song. Yes, Electric Arguments is made with youth. Are the Mets losing right now? Oh, Mets 1, Marlins 0. Top of the fifth. Thanks very much. Well, you see, that's why. You see, you think you know what you're talking about there, eh, Jolie? Come on, man. And of course, we already know if the Yankees are played, they're winning, right? I mean, the Yankees, because the Yankees never lose. They got to win, 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 win every freaking game. I know. Come on. I mean, if I was a fan, what you have to know misery to have joy, don't you? If you don't know being down or depression, you're never going to know any joy. Yankee fans just have it up all the time. They don't know what it's like. I know there was a period a long time ago in the '80s, I think, where the Yankees were on the doldrums. Absolutely not. Why? Well, why not? I haven't had that in ages. I don't even know what they put in their meat, right? So yeah, we talked about James Conn a little, well, in passing a little bit. Yeah, yes, indeed, we did. If you by John Lennon movie, if you mean like I like John Lennon, New York. Lennon, New York City is my favorite one. If you mean like the documentary movies, thoughts on veganism? I would never be a vegan, and it's not for me. If somebody else wants to be a vegan, please go ahead. That's for you, and please don't push it on me. And that's really what it comes down to. And I think we can all agree on that. You know, do what's right for you. Stop trying to push other people that way when it comes to veganism. What Beatles product did I purchase really let me down and why? And I wish I could think of that off the top of my head. I know there's an answer for this somewhere out there. Maybe somebody could remind me who watch my videos. I can't remember. Beatles as a group. I don't know. Meat is not murder to me, blood vessel. I've never murdered an animal in my life. I think you're saying that for a joke. For like, I know you probably mean that as a joke. You know. People ask me this oftentimes. I don't think I have anything terribly rare. I mean, I really don't think so. Nothing you can't get. I say one of the rarest things I have is the Ringo's Rotogravure Spyglass that was given out with the Rotogravure solo album. Favorite guitar player? Oh, uh, Eric Clapton, I guess. I know a lot of people like, oh, no, not Clapton, Jimmy Page, Jimi Hendrix. Yeah, that's true. Well, I didn't buy the coasters. You know me, the guy that buys everything, right? I didn't buy the coasters, no. Ah, there you go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If we can count the Ringo book, right, there you go. That Ringo Lifted book. Yeah, I thought it was a real disappointment. That was a real letdown. But there was another book even more disappointing than that. That was the biggest disappointment. But I was thinking of Beatles as a group. There was another Ringo book that was disappointing before that one too, actually. Yeah. All right, we hit the hour or so mark, so I'm going to say, okay, everybody, thanks all for being here. I'm going to go now. Thank you for all joining me, and it's been fun as always. Hopefully, I'll be doing this next Saturday again, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And don't forget to watch Talk More Talk. It's going to be live Monday night at 9 p.m. on the YouTube channel Talk More Talk. Going to be talking about Ringo Starr's stuff from past the year 2000 in the 21st century. Stuff that we actually would recommend that people don't know about, you know? And one last thing I'll say to this clown, even if they do, that's nothing new to Mets fans. We're used to it. Yankee fans, on the other hand, they're not used to losing, and it hurts them more. And on that note, see y'all.